Welcome back! It is time to tie up the loose ends that we've still got left with all the side quests on our list. And we're going to start off by going to Tatooine. And I'm going to skip all the cutscenes here just because we have a lot of things to do, and I don't want to waste any time. Now, I believe we've pretty much exhausted most of the dialogue except Jolie's, and I think Canderous will have a few things to say after we meet with Joggy. But before we even go out there, I've actually got something else I want to do while we're here in the ship. The mysterious box. It's been a little while since we've heard about this, but we have a journal entry for a quest called Unfinished Business, in which Lurzy, the guy from Korriban, wants us to take this box to Mata the Hutt at the swoop track on Tatooine. Now, we're going to be going there anyway to settle this whole deal with Nico, and I'm hoping that will work out a little bit better now that I've got Force Persuade. But he warned us not to open this box, although he never really said why. You know what that means. I am totally going to open the box up. Do you wish to open the box? Why, yes, I do. Okay. What on earth? Strange obelisks is what this is called, or what that's up ahead is called, and this is a prison, apparently. What in the world is this? Rakatan.
Kuyamijus chitka napatoga yapulke kokola jeje. Kawana bota ita tag tonghai wam jiji yumalitha ag inko tu. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de naga chocho. Kachicho ita au tabis yo bong konki pankpa. Chimpala cheska mule. Tonerana no prata donka serche doma wana kombes tom.
What is this all about? Also, isn't that creature the exact same kind of creature we saw in the computer on Kashyyyk? That's kind of interesting. So what does he want us to do? This kind of sounds suspicious.
Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun biske. Bamulera. Chunyon tun jiji ite duana. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volve molche gomana. Kin kun shakin. Ne ken kun no mula. Jashak bogra olwa cheskat nechu. Achuba cheska wanki. Te toki grato. Kontika kon ken kachong pro. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Cheng palamoli ton king ba nokongek. Tukning tachokun nemolera.
That's a very interesting concept for a prison, I must say, although you're not going to get away with my body. So who are these other people that he mentioned? He said that there were others who have visited him.
Tabis yo bon konki pankpa. Chimpala cheska mule. Tonerana no prata donka serche doma wana kombes toma. Takum jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Moga shaponka. Bola wana chekne.
Yeah.
Kachicho ita haudonga. Yin kin kunoba mulira chikun. Slimo putona. Ronde haudonga.
So there's no way out of here? I'm stuck here forever?
Jebedwana ni bobo. Tonga bong shanong yang. Tong patoga smak telia. Takum jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Rondi haudonga kuhonga bi. Wala kumbes. Cheng palamuli tong king ba nokonke.
Well, that would be something we're interested in. So, wait a second though. He mentioned that his mind is trapped in the prison though. So if he gets out of here, then most likely his body is probably going to be all shriveled up, right?
Yinkin kunoba molera chikon.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Kipuna, bonanai kachu, king ba mulira duana, don king ba no kun ne.
That's right, you can't.
Manama tota, akuji gratong bola, jeshua konatong. Chong king no pangpa, molere.
Sounds like this guy's really thought this through. But you're not getting my body.
Takum jostak miki grabel mogo. Kachicho ita haudonga. Tolpa de bongwalia gando de nago chocho. Tonghai wam jiji yumalitha ag inko tu. Tolpa da bongwalia gando de naga chocho. Kachicho ita haudonga. Yumalita inko. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama. Kaba volve molche gomana. Kin kun shakin. Ne ken kun no mulara. Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun bisken. Bamulera. Chunyon tun Gigi itetuana.
Competition, huh? Well, how do I know I can trust you, first of all?
Watawama molere. Ken kunjo peshwak. No ba molareji.
Good point.
Jon yon te.
Well, it does only take once.
Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kun bisken. Bamulera. Chunyon tun Gigi itetuana. Kabe volpe molche komana.
That's also a good point.
Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulira chikun. Slimo potona. Ronde aldonga.
So what kind of competition do you propose?
Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulira chikun. Slimo potona. Ronde aldonga kuongabi.
I accidentally skipped this one where he talks about a game of the mind with riddles. But what about a more physical challenge? Can't we just fight each other? That's true. This is a very interesting concept, I gotta admit. Alright, so what's to stop you from cheating, though? Well, that is true. Riddles are kind of a little bit more unlikely to be cheated at. So what are the rules?
Tonerana no prata donka serce doma wana kombes toma. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulira chikun.
Alright, I suppose that's pretty reasonable.
Jashak bogra onwa cheska nechu. Achuba cheska wanki. Te toki grato contica con ken kachon pro. Kaba tompa culpa ye moka pata. Bonanai kachu. Yiki kun no ba mulirachi kun. Jebedwana ni bobo. Tonga bon shanong yang.
Until I'm measured, I'm not known, yet how you miss me when I have flown. I'd say time sounds like the right answer.
Conticha nai. Molira aswaktorong onipotaga wanaga konteze.
Good point.
Achuta. Wanga kumbis do.
Now, if this were me in real life, I would have a really hard time with the answers to riddles, because I'm terrible at riddles, I gotta admit. I mean, Bilbo Baggins is way better at riddles than I am. Let's see, let's do this one. If you break me, I do not stop working. If you touch me, I may be snared. If you lose me, nothing will matter.
Kawana bota ita tagwa. Kangidora tokun watamel ita bola. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolpe kikunyana. Tongpato. Conticha nai. Molira aswaktorong onipotaga wanaga konteze. Ekratok haku jijia. Wata yumaka wa.
That's a bit of a tougher one, but I think tomorrow is the correct answer.
Kipuna. Kava dompa kolpalye moka pata. Jeoka kodom. Achuta. Wanga kumbis dolpe.
Let's see, how about this one? What has roots and nobody sees, is taller than the trees, up it goes, and yet it never grows?
Tonga bunsha uneno. Wanga kumbiske. Bamulera. Chunyon tun Gigi itetuana. Kabe volpe molche komana. Shachi kien lorcha watawama. Kaba volpe molche komana.
Who makes it has no need of it. Who buys it has no use for it. Who uses it has no knowledge of it.
Wama kumbes.
A grave.
Mocha shak pang pang. Yin kin kuno ba. Molera shakong. Achuta. Wanga kumbi.
Let's try this one. Flying to Dantooine, I meet 5 ships. Each ship has 5 crewmen, each crewman 5 pets. How many in all are flying to Dantooine?
Manama tota. Akuji gratong bola. Jeshua
I think we got him.
John King no pangpa. Mola recon tuniporo. Rana prata dom kaserja. Hachu apenke.
It's 1. I'm the only one flying to Dantooine.
Watawama molere. Ken kunjo peshwak. No ba molereji. Jonyon te chiwida. Jashak bogra onwa cheskat nekchu. Achuba cheska wahanki. Tetoki gra.
Before I go, though, what's your name?
Tonga boomsha umneno. Wanga kun biskeng. Bamulera. Chunyon tun jiji ite duana. Kachicho ita hotonga. Yin kin kuno ba mulira chikun. Slimo putona.
That is pretty sad. I could try to destroy your prison once I'm out, if you wish. Sounds like this prison is made out of some sort of material that's fairly strong or something. Well, I could try to find some other way to get you out of here.
Rondi haudonga kuhongabi, wala kumbes, cheng palamoli tonking ba nokongek, tukning tachokun, nemolera best. Shachi kien lorcha wata wama, kaba volve molche gomana. Kien kun shakin, ne kien kun no. Uite na danya yeta. Wata yamaka wama okak mek. Ashwak toyong, umne patoga. Wana kum.
So who are his people, rather? I mean, we saw another one of his species on the computer on Kashyyyk, and since that computer was originally placed there by the builders, is his species the builders? And if so, are there still builders around, considering that one of these prisons still exists? It's kind of a interesting thing to think about. Don't worry though, I'm sure someone else will be along before you know it. Right, get me out of here and don't do anything funny. Well, that was certainly interesting. Of course, if you lose that riddle contest, then you'll be stuck in the box forever and you'll get a game over sequence, so be sure not to do that if you play the game. Thankfully, the math-related riddle comes after the second riddle that you have to solve, so you only really need to solve three of his, actually, in order to get to that. Alright, well, we're here on Tatooine, and we've got both side quests that involve mission, along with Canderous. So I'm going to take both of them with me this time. And both of them can level up. Let's see here. Let's level up Canderous. Whoa. I think he's gotten even redder. Treat injury. And mission... You've got quite a few levels up. Oops, we got one more. I'll put that into computer use, though. Sneak attack 8. Wow. So what is the advantage to that? Let's check that out real quick. Feats. This gives you 8 to 48 points of extra damage versus the 7 to 42. Yeah, I'm not really using stealth all that much, as you've noticed already. It's really tedious to use, and to be honest, and because when you put the cloak on, I think I showed it to you guys earlier, but you have to move so slowly, it just gets to be kind of a drag, and it's much easier just to charge in and just take care of everybody that way anyway. It's less elegant that way, but it's a little bit quicker for a Let's Play at least. Sneak attack 9. I'm assuming that's 9 to 54? Yep, 9 to 54 points. Okay, we need to give her more ranged abilities, and I think I'm going to give her rapid shot, since the other ranged characters are pretty well developed on the Power Blast.
What? Sure.
I don't know if I'll actually be able to level every character up to level 20, but I'm going to see. I want to talk to this guy first to see if he's got anything more. Let me see if he's got some gauntlets that I've been looking for. Yes, he does. Good, I was looking for those. I think the last time I was here I didn't have enough credits for them, but thankfully I do now. And I'll be sure to put those on somebody back at the Hawk when we get back there. But for now, we need to talk to our friend Griff here at the Zerka office to give him the tack gland that we found over on Kashyyyk.
You're back! I knew you'd come through for me. I knew I could count on you. You do have a tech gland for me, right?
I'm not giving you this gland until I see some credits.
Sorry, like I said before, I don't have any credits on me. And Greedo won't lend me any. It's like he doesn't trust me to pay him back or something.
Wow,
But
wonder
you
why.
come through on this, and I promise you'll get a huge payday down the road. 3,000 credits. How's that sound?
I don't know. I'm not really particularly interested in this anymore, to be honest. But here's the tack gland. Go ahead and take it.
Come to Papa, you sweet simian organ. It may not look like much, but once I turn this into a bottle of Torresian ale, it'll end up being worth a fortune. Thanks, Mission. You won't regret helping me out with this.
Please, Griff, let this be the last time. No more cons, no more scams, no more schemes. That's all I ask.
Hey, sis, no need to worry about that. I've turned over a new leaf. From now on, I'm gonna stay out of trouble and do things right. And once we've cornered the market on Torresian ale, good things will be heading my way. Then I'll make it up to you, Mission. Just wait, you'll see. You know, once we synthesize this and start brewing Torresian ale in mass quantities, we're gonna be looking for some investors. You give me a couple of 100 credits, and I can get you in on the ground floor. You'll get a return of, at least 20 times your investment.
No, thank you, Griff. I've done more than enough for you already.
You don't know much about business, do you? When an opportunity like this comes along, you have to jump at it. Come on, what do you say?
No, I don't really think, you know a whole lot about business, to be honest. You don't just promise people large sums of credits when you don't even know that this thing is going to work. I don't need business advice from you, Griff.
It's your loss. I better get started brewing that ale. Meet me back here later, and I'll give you a down payment on what I owe you.
I'm not really counting on anything, but if it helps put Mission's mind at ease, then hopefully that will help.
Hey there, what can I do for you?
That'll help Mission, at least. Let's see if she has more to say about Griff.
I appreciate everything you've done for Griff. You know that, right? I just hope things work out for him this time around. I guess we'll find out when he meets up with us at the Zerka Corp shop. If he's got those credits he promised you, then maybe there's hope for him yet.
Maybe. We'll find out, though. For now, though, we've got a couple of other things, or no, 3 other things to do. No, 4 other things to do. I keep thinking of new things to do here. We need to go to the swoop racing track to talk to Mata and Nico about Nico's situation, and also to give Mata the box. And like the Spice Quest on, unlike the Spice Quest on Korriban, you don't bring the stuff directly to him. He just sends somebody to get it off your ship, so you don't actually have to worry about taking the box here.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes jingpayamuri.
Well, I've got a box for you sent by Lurzi.
Jibedu anani bobo. Tong namuung sha nunjang. Muchitito. Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes jingpayamuri. Yinoba molera kinkun.
I did open the box. It was very interesting.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes jingpayamuri kunhungkabi. Tukne laboda na rinkes matoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera.
I expect a little more for transporting dangerous goods. Actually, let me show you what it looks like to do Force Persuade here on Money.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek. Wana kumbes jingpayamuri. Laboda na rinkes matoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera chico.
We get 2,500 credits for that. Let's talk to him about Nico.
Rundi hautonga tong kimba ng kongkek.
Let's talk about that business with Nico.
Laboda na rinkes matoma. Yinkin slimo podona mulera.
I think you should give him a better deal.
Lagoda na rinkis matoma. Yinkin slimmo podona mulerachi. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankonke.
Now, I believe the dark side option is to do this, or to force Nico to take the deal. But I think we can persuade him otherwise.
Lagoda na rinkis matoma. Yinkin slimmo podona mulerachi kun. Rundi hautonga tonkimba nankonkek. Wana kumbes chimpayamuri. Lagoda na rinkis matoma.
That's pretty much it. Now, we don't get any money for this because we went the other way instead of the dark side path where Nico has to accept the deal. But let's tell Nico the good news.
You again? I don't really feel like talking right now.
Well, we talked to Mata about you.
I suppose you've got a right to know track business, but with the times you've been posting...
I convinced Mata to give you a better contract.
You did? I don't believe it. I mean, I do, but I sure wasn't expecting it. I appreciate it, I really do. Now I can take my bike to the big races. There's not much of a circuit right now, but I'll be ready when it recovers.
When do you think you'll be leaving?
Hard to tell. I'll get some more runs here first. I need the practice. I have to top your time.
Alright, goodbye then, and good luck.
Thanks again. I meant it.
Good
Well, I have to
deal.
thank-
Let's go ahead and leave the swoop track. And we've got only two other things left. We got the Jawa side quest over here where we have to get the items back from Aziz. And then we'll have the confrontation with Joggy out in the Dune Sea. Now, the first time I played this game, I didn't get to the point in Canderous' character development where the side quest with Joggy would be unlocked. And when I finally did, it took me a while to figure out where Joggy was out in the Dune Sea. That'll be fine. Good luck. Alright, we got some items.
Oh, it's you again.
Let's
Good
just go
hunting out
ahead
there.
and go. Now, the problem with this is that Joggy is not actually visible out in the desert. You just kind of have to go to a certain spot and then have him meet you there. And if memory serves correctly, it's on the right side of the big mining machine here. Sandcrawler thing. Looks a lot bigger than the typical Jawa sandcrawler, so I don't know whether it's really a sandcrawler or not, but it kind of looks like one. I believe you face off against Joggy somewhere out here. Here we go. And it looks like he brought some friends with him, too.
Ah, so you managed to come after all. I see you brought friends.
You brought some of your own as well.
Ha! Indeed I did. I foresaw that you might need help, so I arranged a distraction.
I came by my own will.
I do not need to hear your excuses, Jedi. I know why he brought you.
Enough of this talk, Joggy. Let's do what we came here to do.
I think you both need to calm down.
We both know the stakes here, and we both know what we must do. It is only in death that this can end.
This is a matter of honor. I cannot stand by this insult. I must do this.
Why do you need to fight him, Canderous?
He has slandered me and questioned my honor. Among the Mandalore, many have died for lesser insults.
I speak truth, and honor is the question here. The deaths of my comrades, your warriors, is a debt in blood that can only be paid by you. When you saw prospects for glory, you abandoned the plan and left us to die surrounded by enemies.
If I had not attacked when I did, the battle would not have been won so easily.
It would still have been won. You sent your own men to die there, Canderous. I cannot forgive you for what you did to us. You will pay.
That's not the way it happened.
You sent your own men to die, Canderous?
The Althiri were fighting hard. I saw a break in their defenses that left their center exposed. I had to take the chance. If I had not done what I did, many more warriors would have died and the battle would have taken much longer. I stand by my decision.
You coward. You glory hunter. You were given direct orders and were part of a plan. You had a responsibility to us.
I can regret their loss, but it was necessary.
Now we can try to persuade Joggy here, and let's see if we can appeal to his sense of military strategy.
He left us to die when his responsibility was to us. Instead, he went hunting more glory for himself.
That may be true, but he may have also saved other lives by doing what he did.
He cost us ours. But I do see your point. But why did you have to leave us there to die while you chased glory somewhere else?
I saw a chance and I had to take it. It ended the battle quicker than we would have otherwise, and many of our warriors may have died. Mandalore taught us that opportunism and flexibility in battle were to be admired. You may contradict me, but do you contradict him as well?
No, I see that I have been wrong. I have not been true to the teachings of Mandalore. You were right. I was wrong to question your honor, but I must now cleanse mine with my life.
No, you don't have to do that.
And so it shall be.
Yes, no matter how you do this, the quest will always end with Joggy getting killed. But we do have to fight against his buddies here.
What?
Thankfully they're not terribly hard, though.
What?
Yeah?
Yeah?
What?
Let's see if Joggy has something on him. Doesn't look like he's got any remains, and I don't think the thugs do either. Alright, let's go ahead and just transit back to the Hawk. Of course, the alternative would have been to go ahead and just fight Joggy, in which case he would have died there as well. But I think it's better to do it this way. And I think it shows a little bit of a different side of Canderous as well. Let's see if he's got anything to say about this.
I think this has affected me in ways I didn't anticipate. I think I'll need time to sort things out. Thanks for what you did. Whatever your intentions might have been. I just need time.
Alright, we can try talking to him a little bit later. Let's talk to Jolee, and then I'm gonna go on to Kashyyyk and take care of the... Oh, wait a minute, I forgot to visit Mission's brother again. Whoops. Let's do that real quick. And actually, I'm gonna go ahead and take both Mission and Juhani, because I want to see if Zor makes an appearance here. I don't know if he comes on Tatooine. I've seen him on Kashyyyk, I've seen him on Manaan, and I've seen him on Korriban, but I don't know about Tatooine. I guess not. Oh well. Let's go ahead and just wrap up this side quest with Mission's brother, see if he's got the credits we need. Looks like he's not here. Let's see if Greeta knows.
I don't like the sound of this.
Yeah. Sure. What kind of mistake? So you just let him go? Yeah, can't blame you there. Well, good riddance.
Damn it, Griff. Won't you ever learn? How can my own flesh and blood be so stupid?
Well, he's gonna have to do a lot more than just apologize to make up for a lot of things to Mission. Let's see what she's got to say about this.
Hey there, what can I do for you? I want to thank you for helping me with Griff. You did everything you could for my brother, more than most people would have. I know it might look like it didn't make any difference in the end. Griff's in debt and on the run like usual. But at least I know we tried to help him.
Well, he could still change. I mean, look at us. We were Darth Revan. And we changed?
I know people can change no matter how bad they were, but I'm not holding my breath. None of us is perfect, but I've come to realize that Griff is a little less perfect than most. My brother is what he is, but I've learned to deal with that. I'll never forget that he looked after me when I was just a kid, but I don't feel like I owe him anything anymore.
Well, I think that's a very mature way to look at it, Mission.
I've made my peace with Griff and what he means to me. If he ever shows up again, I'll deal with him. But I'm not going to dwell on my brother anymore. It's time to move forward. So, is there anything else you need?
No, that's it.
Okay, have it your way.
Good deal. That's ultimately what I was hoping we could accomplish by taking care of this situation with Griff. At least it brings Mission some more closure. So let's return to the Hawk. And leave for Kashyyyk. Now let me check our journal, see what else we've got. We got to do the Hidden Hunters side quest on Kashyyyk. Bastila will still be around until we find her. Let me try to talk to Jolee again, see if he's got anything new to say about his story.
Got something on your mind, dude?
Do you want to talk about the war now?
Not particularly.
No time like the present?
I suppose you're going to nag me until I cough it up, aren't you? Nothing is private anymore, it looks like. There's no escaping it, I guess. So be it. My wife's name was Neyama. She was the Yukatis enforcer who shot me out of the sky, if you remember.
What does your wife have to do with the war?
My wife had plenty to do with the war. Upon meeting her, I knew right away that she was strong in the Force. That's why she was able to shoot me down. Neyama was a marvel of a woman. Fiery, determined, smart. She dragged me to the capital and foiled 3 of my attempts to escape prison. Oh, and that body.
The war, Jolee?
Well, yes, that. Needless to say, I eventually won her over. That was after I kidnapped her upon being broken out of the Yukatis prison, mind you. But, that's another story entirely. At any rate, I wanted to train her in the Jedi way. The Council refused my request, naturally. I was still a Padawan at the time. I was an experienced Padawan, surely, but not yet ready to be a full Jedi, and certainly not ready to train another, especially not one so old as my wife.
You disobeyed the Council?
I did. I wasn't the first, and I won't be the last. The problem with self-righteous folk is they think they're more right than everyone else. I believed in her and trained her in secret. I ignored her willful nature. I loved her too much to see fault in her. And she loved me too. I know she did. At the time, our love was a shared bliss. Better than anything I had known before or since.
So what happened?
Exar Kun is what happened. Neyama was inspired by Exar's promises of a new golden age. She wanted to join him. She came to me, pleading with me to throw aside what she called the decrepit trappings of the Jedi, to join her in Exar's war.
So she had fallen to the dark side?
I hadn't thought so, not right then. I was too proud to believe that of her. I had trained her myself. I loved her. I pleaded with her to reconsider, to think about all that she was throwing away, to think about what she would become. She would have none of it. Finally, in frustration, she attacked me. She drew her lightsaber and attempted to strike me down. It was a scene being repeated everywhere throughout the galaxy. Pupil against master. In my case, it was a long and terrible battle, but I defeated her.
Wow. It certainly sounds like this Neyama is the person that Euthura reminded Jolee of when she was telling us her story earlier on Korriban. So, you killed her?
No. I had her at my mercy, disarmed and defenseless. She looked up at me and she knew. She knew I couldn't do it.
It sounds familiar. It seems like the Jedi don't like killing their helpless enemies.
But I should have. Sometimes I convince myself otherwise, but it's no use. She had fallen to the dark side when she raised her saber against me, and I let her go. To my shame, she went on to kill many Jedi during the war, until she herself was slain in the final battle. I grieved for her death, inevitable as it was, even as the Jedi Council put me on trial for my actions once the war was over.
They put you on trial?
I had trained Neyama against their wishes. I had failed to kill her when I had the chance, and she went on to kill others. Not to mention that I had remained a Padawan throughout the war. A formality, perhaps, but with a trial, it had to be decided if I was worthy to become a Jedi at all. It was a travesty, of course. I told you that even the Jedi were capable of great injustices, didn't I?
So, that's the source of all this bitterness? They found you guilty?
Not at all. They found me innocent. Even though I deserved every punishment and more, they let me go. Mitigating circumstances, they said. I deserved compassion, they said. They said I had learned wisdom the hard way. For all I had done during the war, they wished to raise me to full Jedi status at long last. That was when the Jedi left me. That was when they failed me.
I don't understand. You did deserve compassion, right?
No, maybe you don't at that. They may have been able to forgive me. I could never forgive myself.
And you still believe love is worth the risk?
Yes, I do, I suppose. Does that surprise you? It is all so long ago, lost in the winds, I suppose. Nobody cares what an old man believes anymore, do they? Let's continue on with the task at hand. I would prefer to think of the present today.
I care what an old man thinks. And that is why Jolee is one of my favorite characters in this game. I love his story. I think it's just beautiful and sad and just a remarkable story. And it shows that the Jedi Council is not exactly a very perfect bunch. The second KOTOR game definitely focuses on that a lot more, but it's nice to see that here. Let's see. Uh-oh. Not this again. Alright, let's get it over with.
Incoming fighters!
Okay, where are you? There you are. Come to Papa. Where are you? There you are. Come on. Ah! Not doing too well this time. Son, stop blocking the view. There we go. One more. Ah, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna take Juhani outside, but for this particular run to the jungle, I'm going to take Carth and Canderous, because I'm still hoping for the dialogue between them, because I think we've heard every other party member dialogue exchange so far. Let's see, let me take Juhani and Carth. Aha, Zor's here.
There she is. Get her, men. But remember, don't kill her.
Looks like we're going to have to face off against Zor and his men. Let's use our abilities here.
What is it? For the order!
That hurt, I bet. Yeah?
You seem to have defeated me, Get There, Worm. But I'll have the last laugh in the end.
What do you mean?
What do you mean?
You may have killed me today, but I had the pleasure of killing off your species. Not everyone who fought alongside the Mandalorians did it for their stupid concept of honor. Some of us just did it for the pleasure. The pleasure of seeing your world burn.
You animal! You wretch!
But I'm beyond your petty vengeance now, girl. You can never have your revenge.
Do not give in to the dark side, Juhani.
I will not give him the satisfaction of seeing me give in to the dark side.
Worm, I killed your people on Cather in the sky. On the ground, in their homes. I hunted them down like the animals they were, just to see them burn. But the treacherous beasts fought back and left me with injuries that meant I could never fight again. Or so they thought.
Stop trying to provoke her.
No, I will not give in to him.
I ended up in the lower city of Taris, and what did I find? A few of those stinking beasts living there. The male was easy enough to best, but the females proved elusive. I didn't know what happened to them after I killed the male, until I saw this cursed woman on the auction block. But then the Jedi came and ruined everything before I could have my revenge.
You killed my father. You killed my people. You treat us like animals. You deserve to die.
Do not give in, Juhani. You are stronger than this.
Give in and embrace your hate. You are no better than me. You are nothing.
I...
Do not do it, Juhani.
Help me, please. Do not let me give in to my anger again.
There is no emotion.
There is peace. No, I will not do this. He may die, but it will not be out of my vengeance.
You coward! You weak...
At least that's over now. And we got a couple of advanced med packs. Let's see what Juhani has to say about it.
That man was a beast, a monster. I am glad that the galaxy is now rid of him so he may not harm others again. I do regret, though, that he did not die by my hand.
I am glad that the galaxy is rid of him, but I'm also glad that you did not give in to the dark side.
I know. But must I always fear the lure of the dark side?
We all
This
do.
is for the best. I am glad that you stood by my side during this. We should continue our journeys now. No reason for staying here for this.
Good point. And, okay, we still got a side quest for Juhani. But we'll talk to her when we get back to the Hawk. I'm going to just, for now, go ahead and change out my party to include Canderous. There you are. Alright, let's go ahead and speed off to the jungle. Oh, wait a minute, I just realized something.
Ready.
I can't take both of them, because I have to take Jolee with me. That's right, because he has to open up the barrier down there. Alright, let's take Jolee. I'll take... it's been a while since I've had Carth and Jolee. I'll take both of them. Let's go ahead and do it, guys. Now, one thing I haven't mentioned yet is that Juhani is one of the few characters whose character development is pretty much directly affected by the responses that you choose when you talk to her on the Hawk.
Yes?
Come on, Jolee. You got master speed, buddy. And what I mean by that is that she can be hostile toward you if you basically reject her.
Sure.
Because she, you know, is kind of a burden and stuff like that. And, or at least if you think that. So if you do say those options, then she'll be a lot less willing to open up to you if you try to talk to her later on. But I did want to uncover her story and to unlock the quest with Zor, so, I chose the route I did, and I like being nice to the people on my team. I think it's always nice just to be amiable and just to get to know them more. I think that's one thing about RPGs that's always cool, especially a well-written RPG. It's always just nice to get to know people. Even the people who may appear to be rough on the surface. Because it is easy to not want to get to know them if, you know, they're really mean at first and whatnot. But the thing is, when an RPG is very well written and well layered, even the meanest people can have reasons for their behavior beneath that, and you might inspire them to be better people in the process. Okay, one last trek into the jungle. Unfortunately, the trip back won't be an instant, rapid transit, unfortunately. But the good news is that we won't have to worry about facing off against Darth Bandon on this go-around, which is nice. And we just, again, we still don't have to worry about killing the TAC. That was one of the unfortunate, aspects of my initial Let's Play, or not Let's Play, but my initial playthrough of this game, is that I accepted Zerka's offer to start killing the TAC, because I was under the impression that that was the only way to get a TAC lands. And that just leads to Jolie's place, doesn't it? At least the game actually gives you an alternate way to get the TAC lands if you don't choose that route. I still find it funny that there's still these Zerka sonic devices here. I guess they're not tasty enough for the animals or something. Alright, here's the force field. Get us past the field. There we go. And let's talk to our Wookiee friend down here. I think his name was Gurwar or something like that. Or was that the fake Wookiee, the shapeshifter guy, Ruan? Let's see what his name is. Yeah, it's Gurwar. The Mandalorian hunters are dead. I killed them all. I hope it does. Goodbye. Oh, come on, man. We defeated Chundar and stuff, you know? Okay, well, thank you, though. Alright. Can we take any of these? Did we? Okay, we didn't raid those. Okay. Alright, well, let's head back up to the Hawk, and I'm going to have a couple of last conversations with everybody, and then I'm going to equip the Kraken gauntlets on Canderous, I believe. If memory serves correctly. And after that, we should be good to go for the final phase of the game. That's right, we are nearing the end. We're about to head to the Starforge. And once again, at this point, if you go to the Starforge, you are pretty much locked in for the endgame. You cannot go back. You cannot complete any other side quests. So that's why I'm taking this video to go ahead and do that, so we don't have to worry about it again. But before we do that, I'm going to have a little bit of a retrospect and just tell you what I think of the planets. I'm going to tell you what I think of the characters later on before we go on our final mission. But the planets, I gotta say, Taris is definitely one of my favorites. It's expansive, much more so than the other ones. It's got a lot to see. You feel like it's an actual city and that there's more to it that you can't really get to, but you feel like what you can explore is pretty substantial. There's plenty of side quests to engage in. There's plenty to do that doesn't advance the story, but helps you get used to the universe in general. And how do I get into this basket? Seriously, what? Here we go. Come on. I could select the basket just a minute ago. There we go. But there's just so much to do and so much to explore and just, I don't know, it's so much stuff to get and so many options for how to do everything. Even though the path is fairly linear, I mean, there's still plenty of choices you can make about how to get money in, because you really do have to scrounge for money at that point in the game. I really did enjoy Dantooine. I know it's kind of a bit of a grassy, planet without a whole lot in it, but the reason why I liked it so much when I first played the game is not only because it looked beautiful, but also because it was a nice open planet. It wasn't just a city with a lot of metal buildings and stuff like Terrace was. And the opportunity to actually be a part of a Jedi training academy was just really cool, I thought. The scenes with the Jedi Masters were, I thought, very nice, and I liked the opportunity to take on a different class and whatnot. And then we get the 4 planets that constituted the mid-game. I had to say the first 2 planets that I played here in the Let's Play, Tatooine and Kashyyyk, are probably my least favorites. A lot of them are just a bunch of running around. Tatooine a little bit more so than Kashyyyk, just because Kashyyyk is a little bit more linear in nature. And at least you have a little bit more, or a little bit less backtracking going on. But both of them just don't have a lot going for them. At least Tatooine had Anchorhead with a few more things to do. I do like the Wookiee Rebellion story on Kashyyyk, though. Manaan and Korriban, however, are my 2 favorite planets. Manaan mainly just because the city is just a very unique concept with the neutral stance toward the war, and I liked the spookiness and atmosphere of the underwater base and stuff, and the big decision that you can make at the very end. And additionally, Korriban, I mean, I don't think I even need to explain why Korriban is so cool. It's just Korriban. It's amazing. I keep forgetting that I don't equip people there. It's right here. Let's give you the Karakan gauntlets, because these are awesome. I'll give you the Achani shield. In terms of Canderous'... I guess I can't look at the levels up. Oh, I know I can. Okay. He's on level 17. I don't know if we can give him implants in the next 3 levels, but we'll see about that. Can I talk to Canderous more? Let's see.
Yeah, what do you want?
Let's, talk to him about a couple things here. He told us earlier that he would tell us more about his days working for Davik, so maybe he'll be willing to tell us more about that now.
Working for Davik was like driving a spike through the side of your head. Sure, you got something new in there, but in the end, you've lost something as well. Beating up people who wouldn't or couldn't pay, strong-arming his competitors, killing who he said. It was busy work, nothing decent.
So you were an assassin?
Assassin, mercenary. Those are names people give guys like me who do the killing to make us seem better or worse in their eyes. I've killed many people. I can't say I'm proud of it, but I have. Criminals, competitors, businessmen, police, women, children. Jedi were a better challenge, but they hardly ever poked around in the Undercity. Until you came along. But I never wanted to challenge you. Never felt the need. Maybe I knew I couldn't win. Just like all those years ago.
A wise decision.
Yeah, probably. You probably would have beaten me again. Maybe you would have. But you're not who you were back then. I can tell. You've changed. And maybe I have to. I remember a time when I could do anything I wanted. Kill, maim, murder. It was all the same to me. But now that I am older, I can look back and regret.
Over what?
I look back and regret all the chances I had as a warrior. And then all the chances I've had since then. I shouldn't be getting like this. Not when so many other things are happening, but... It feels like something has changed inside and I don't know what it is. This is unbecoming a warrior. Let's get on with everything before I start getting sentimental or something. Is there something else you want to know?
Well, that may be a healthy thing.
Your choice. I'm here if you want something done right.
I don't know. I guess we can't talk to him about anything more, can we?
Yeah, what do you want?
I guess not. Okay.
Your choice.
Juhani, let me see if she's got anything more to say. I don't know if Jolie does, but they're the two others that I want to wrap up here.
How may I be of assistance to you, Padawan?
I was wondering if we could talk.
What is it you would like to speak to me about?
Tell me about this Dak Vesser.
There is little to tell. Dak and I were both Padawans. We joined the Order at the same time. He was a kind man, but frustrated. He felt the Jedi were too controlling, too limiting, more so than I did. When he decided to leave the Order, he asked me to come with him. He said he loved me.
But you didn't love him?
No, I didn't. I enjoyed his company as a friend, but nothing further. I had no idea he felt as he did. He was angry at my refusal. I assumed that he would get over the hurt in time. I suppose such feelings can fester and darken, and they never go away. He reminds me of what I was when you found me in the grove. I feel sorry for him, but he has chosen his path, hasn't he? If I thought he would accept an offer of help, I would give it. Let us just move on, please.
Alright. At least Juhani isn't blaming herself for what happened to Dak. That's good. You have anything more to say, Jolie?
Got something on your mind, do you?
So when did you go to Kashyyyk?
Oh, that was not until many years later, to tell the truth. I spent quite some time wandering the galaxy.
So the Jedi just let you go?
Why wouldn't they? I had refused my promotion to Jedi. I was a Padawan who had left the Order, nothing more. I traveled from one civilized system to the next, never staying long. I don't even think I knew what I was searching for. It wasn't as if my travels were pleasant either. There were plenty of folks who distrusted the Jedi after the war, or worse.
Worse? What could be worse?
If people weren't treating me with suspicion, they were looking at me with greed. I don't know how many thought they could make use of me for their own ends. I got so sick of the treachery and deceit. I left the civilized parts of the galaxy and headed instead for the uncivilized parts.
So that's when you went to Kashyyyk?
Actually, I was on my way somewhere else when I crash-landed on Kashyyyk. The ship I was using was a rust bucket.
You survived a crash landing on Kashyyyk? Why didn't you just fix your ship and keep going?
I'm no mechanic, and besides, after you plunge nose first in the trunk of a 5-kilometer-high tree, chances are you don't have much ship left.
Good point. So you crashed and stayed?
Sure, why not? It seemed like an interesting enough place to spend a couple of decades exploring.
You're completely insane, you know that?
What do you know? I'd done enough wandering by that point, thank you very much. I felt at peace in the Shadowlands.
And the Wookiees didn't mind your presence?
Oh, they did at first, oh yes. I can't say I was overly pleased to encounter a group of indigenous giant carpets either, I can assure you of that.
Nice reference. Well, you seemed on fairly peaceful terms with them.
Well, that was after 2 decades of helping them. They certainly didn't trust me at first.
You helped them?
When I could, I would assist a few young ones who would get lost in the Shadowlands or attacked unexpectedly by the wildlife. I must say, for a while there, the Wookiees actually thought I was some kind of benevolent forest god. Amusing, really. I set them straight eventually.
So why didn't you stop the slavery of the Wookiees then?
At first, when the slavers took to hunting down lone Wookiees in the fringes of the Shadowlands, I did my best to divert them. Later, when Shundar made his deal, I didn't see any point. I wasn't here to save them from their own sad follies, after all.
Wasn't it all a bit primitive for you?
Not really. Kashyyyk is a place you can feel very small in. It felt good to devote my time to helping people and living simply.
And you didn't receive any news from the outside?
What can I say? I did it all for the Wookiees.
The Wookiees?
The Wookiees. Well, okay, maybe I needed some time on a quiet and remote planet, but if you ever need a friend, an incredibly strong hairball isn't a bad call.
Aww. You sound quite fond of them.
I suppose I am in a way, despite the smell. For a race of gardeners, they've developed quite interestingly.
Gardeners?
You remember the alien computer, correct? Kashyyyk was meant to be an agricultural planet. The Wookiees were made for a reason. Or at least that's what I'm thinking. But I'm an old man who's had a long time to develop that opinion, so don't argue with me. At any rate, we should be moving along, don't you think? If you sat around this long in the Shadowlands, attack would eat you.
That would be pretty sad. Well, it's good to know how Joey ended up where we found him. Maybe we can talk to him a little bit more about Kashyyyk a little bit later on. But for now, we have done pretty much all we can do. We've just got these 3 character-related side quests left to do, and we'll talk to them a little bit more later on. Like I said earlier, we cannot do aiding Lashao. I regret that this is here. I should have talked to Uthar about the fact that we got the holocron, but anyway. All that's really left is to find out what happened to Bastila and to look for the Starforge. And we'll start with that in the next video.